U.S.A. Roles: the administrative center of the state of North Carolina. U.S.A. Raleigh, called the Oak City as he is famous for the oak groves. It is the second largest city of Northern Carolina, the USA 42nd, and one of the most fast-growing cities of the country. This city is called in honor of the English statesman, the pioneer, the adventurer, and the poet Walter Raleigh. History: the 18th century. In December 1770, Joel Lane successfully petitioned before General Assemblies of Northern Carolina about creations of the new district. On January 5, 1771, the Bill of Creation of the District of U.S.A. was adopted in the General Assembly. Therefore, the new district was created from parts of the neighboring districts of Cumberland, Orange, and Johnston. The district received the name in honor of Margaret U.S.A. Tryon, the wife of the Governor William Tryon. As evil tongues gossiped, it was means to overcome resistance of the governor who originally spoke against creation of the new district. Bloomsbury became the first capital of the district. New Bern, seaport on the River of the Neuse in 50 kilometers from the Atlantic Ocean, was the largest city and the capital of Northern Carolina during the American War of Independence. When the British Army besieged the city, to direct from it the state became it is impossible. Raleigh was chosen as the place of construction of the new capital in 1788, first of all because his arrangement in the center of the state protected the city from attack from the sea. Officially founded in 1792 as the capital of the state and the district, the city was called in honor of Sir Walter Raleigh, the organizer of mysteriously disappeared colony Roanoke. The location of the city was chosen, in particular, because in 16 kilometers from him there was a Hunter Isoc tavern very popular among deputies of the General Assembly. About existence of any settlements on this place to Raleigh's basis of date are absent. Raleigh is one of the few cities in the United States which was designed and built specially as the capital of the state. His initial borders were created by northern, east, western, and southern streets. It was initially planned the planning of the city will be rectangular, with 4 areas on corners and a hill in the center. The General Assembly of Northern Carolina held the first meeting in Raleigh in December 1794, having soon approved the city charter according to which the city council from 7 deputies appointed by Assembly directed. Their positions became elective in 1803. And the quartermaster of police, who eventually became a mayor. In 1799, Ortorolina Minerva and Raleigh became the first newspaper issued in Raleigh. The 19th century. In 1808, Andrew Johnson, the 17th United States President, was born in Raleigh. The first water supply system of the city was complete in 1818, though because of constant failures the project was thrown. In 1819 a voluntary fire brigade, and then in 1821 a constant fire brigade was created. In 1831 the fire destroyed the capital of the state. 2 years later granite for reconstruction is delivered by the state's first railroad. In 1853 in the neighborhood of Raleigh the first exhibition of the state was held. The first higher education institution in Raleigh, College of the World, was founded in 1857. The historic center of Raleigh kept a set of the houses of the 19th century which are in good condition. After the beginning of civil war, the governor Zebulon Venz ordered to construct earth strengthenings on city perimeter for protection against troops of northerners. During the Carolinian campaign of the General Sherman, Rowley was captured by a cavalry of northerners under command of the General U. Kilpatrick on April 13, 1865. When Confederates receded on the west, soldiers of the Union began the prosecution, which brought in a result to the Battle of Morrisville. Rowley incurred the considerable destructions during war imposed on economic problems of the post-war period and occupation. Slavery elimination actually destroyed the South agriculture, which was fundamentals of his economy. As well as many other southern cities, Rowley for several decades fell into stagnation. Political life, on the contrary, was very rough, first of all because of opposition white and the Afro-Americans. By the end of the 19th century, Rowley's economy began to develop again. In the city, new buildings are under construction, several educational institutions, hospital, conservatory open. The political situation calms down, racial opposition comes to an end with a victory white, up to the 1970th the black population is forced almost out from political life. The 20th century and present. In 1912 the amusement park of Bloomsbury opened, offering citizens the trips which quickly became very popular on roundabouts, one of which still works. In 1914-1917 288 citizens died during a flu epidemic. In 1922 Locke became the first radio station of the city, but existed only 2 years. The WEF, which began broadcasting in 1924 and renamed into ALF in 1927, is the oldest continuously broadcasting radio station of the city. On December 12, 1924, Vatican officially founded the Catholic Diocese of Rowley, and the Cathedral of the Holy Heart of Jesus became the official residence of the bishop. The first city airport, Curtiss-Wright, was opened in 1929. The same year the collapse of the stock market led to closing of 6 largest banks of the city. In difficult years of the Great Depression, the government at all levels tried to create as much as possible jobs. In Rowley, considerable public works were carried out. First of all, cleaning of garbage and planting of trees. In 1939, the General Assembly of the state made the decision on construction near Rowley of the new big airport. The first flight took place in 1943. In 1947, citizens voted for a new control system of the city, at which the main powers on management of the city are carried out by the Electoral Council, appointing the manager under the contract to the position of the mayor. This system works so far. Vorton Arena, 7,610-seater multipurpose stadium developed by the architect Matthew Nowitzki, opened in 1952. He was included in the National Register of Historical Places in 1973. Rowley suffered significant damage from the Hurricane Hazel in 1954. In 1956, Roll TV became the first local television station. With opening of Science and Technology Park of Research Triangle in 1959, Rowley began to experience rapid growth of the population. Therefore, the total number of the population of the city in card was reached already by the end of 1960. From them, 76.4% of white and 23.4% of blacks. After adoption of the federal law on electoral rights, degree of political activity and participation and votes of blacks in Raleigh sharply increased. In 1967, the descendant of slaves Clarence Leitner was elected in city council, and in 1973 became the first black mayor of Raleigh. In 1976, the systems of school education of the city of Raleigh and the district of U.S.A. united for minimization of costs. Now the school system of the district of U.S.A. is the largest in the state and the 19th in the country. In 1970 and 1980, the bypass road around the city of I-440 was built that reduced jams and facilitated to motorists access to the main city roads. In 1988, Raleigh seriously suffered from a tornado series, especially strongly on November 28, when 7 tornadoes between 1 o'clock and 5:45 in the morning caused damage more than for $77 million and became a cause of death of 4 people. The tragedy repeated in April 2011, at a similar death toll. The damage exceeded $115 million. In the first decade of the 21st century, Raleigh repeatedly joined in the top lines of various ratings on quality of life, prospects of career and education, including the Forbes and Money magazines. Geographical data. Raleigh is in the northeast of the central part of Northern Carolina, where the Piedmont Plateau and the Atlantic Coastal Plain meet. This area is known as the Line of Falling, because it is known for a set of falls on the streams and the rivers which are flowing down with the plateau. As a result, the most part of Raleigh is located on the flat hills, which are gradually decreasing on the east to the flat coastal plain. Raleigh is in 233 kilometers to the south from Richmond, 373 kilometers to the south from Washington, and 230 kilometers to the northeast from Charlotte. Raleigh is in a zone of subtropical oceanic climate, with typical for these areas in the hot and rainy summer, in the cool and moderately damp winter, soft spring, and in the fall. The city periodically is affected by hurricanes and a tornado, but they cause serious damage very seldom. Population. As of 2011, the population made 416,468 people, of them white -53.3%. The Afro-Americans -29.3%. Latin Americans -11.3%. Asians -4.3%. Average annual income per capita in 2000 was $25113. Average age of citizens -31 years. The crime rate is average, by the standards of the U.S.A. The main for Raleigh's economy are sectors of banking and financial services, production of the medical, electronic and telecommunication equipment, clothes and footwear. Food industry. Production of paper products and pharmaceutics. Raleigh is a part of Science and Technology Park of Research Triangle, one of the largest and most successful science and technology parks in the country, specializing in electronics and biotechnologies and also development of the textile industry. The largest private companies which are based in Raleigh: BB&T Insurance Services, Capital Broadcasting Company, CarQuest, First Citizens Bank Shares, Golden Corral, Martin Marietta Materials and Red Hat. The role of public sector in city economy is extremely high. It provides up to 1/3 jobs. So, from 10 largest employers of the city, 7 are the state municipal organizations. The city is served by the International Airport Raleigh-Durham. Raleigh-Durham International Airport. U.S.A. Rudu, Ike. Crudu. Providing flights in 38 internal and international directions, with the general passenger turnover about 10 million people a year. Also in the neighborhood of the city there are more than 10 small private airfields. Through Raleigh there passes the Interstate Highway I-40 having 2 bypass branches within the city. I-440 and I-540. Other important roads: US1, US64, US70, US264 and US401. City bus. The railway station of Raleigh, one of the most loaded in the South. Directions of the movement: Charlotte, New York, through Richmond, Washington, Baltimore and Philadelphia. Miami, through Columbia, Savannah, Jacksonville, Orlando and Tampa. Bus lines connect Raleigh to a set of the cities in the South, the Midwest and East Coast. Public transport is presented to Raleigh by 43 bus routes. The Triangle Transit Company provides the suburban message. City authorities pay much attention to increase in its convenience to pedestrians and cyclists. Crime. In 2009 in the city, the jihadist group preparing a series of terrorist attacks in the U.S.A. was neutralized. Daniel Boyd, who accepted Islam under the name of Saifullah, was the leader of group. Sport. In the city, the professional hockey club acting in the National Hockey League, NHL, Carolina Hurricanes, is based. Also far. Write comments. Read comments. Interesting people will tell interesting stories. All of good mood and good luck.